Hello everybody, thank you so much. We're in the part 2 section of our interview with Destiny B. You know, she's been getting a lot of good information on her and about her. And as you're not knowing out there, you know, Miss B is very much so educated in her field. She just didn't start just doing this. She's very educated. And I want Miss Destiny B just kind of, you know, give us some input on your background training and your education in your field of music.
Okay, well, I started off with private voice lessons as a young teenager. I trained at Gloria E. Dance Foundation, Performing Arts Foundation. And then I went into Long Island High School for the Arts, where I was a vocal major there. I studied classical, jazz, pop, and theater as well. And then I went on to Berklee College of Music, and I studied just R&B and vocal technique, as well as breathing, and in a certificate program. So I studied under great instructors like Donna McElroy and Gabrielle Goodman and Dennis Montgomery. Lots of different teachers there that were really good.
Oh, great.
And skilled at their craft.
Right, that's excellent. As you continue to grow with your education and your development as an artist, and as you see what's out there in the field with today's music, what is it with all your background, all your training, that you feel that with your music you can bring something different to the table?
Well, I think my music is diversified. You know, it definitely incorporates all of the music that I love. I mean, I love R&B, I love hip hop, I love jazz, I love pop, I love Prince, Lettucey, Patti LaBelle. So I just have this ear for music, and I just wanted to hear it all together. So I brought all those different genres together, those artist influences on my music together, and created something that would express, number one, my creativity, that would tell my story, and that would provide revelation for other people. Because I know that I'm not the only person that has triumphed over my struggles. Some people have some of the same stories. And so my goal is to just inspire people through my music. And I think that that's the difference, is that I'm not here to just entertain. I'm here to change lives while entertaining. So.
Oh, excellent, excellent. Thank you so much for that. Now, you're a versatile artist, and you know, you've mentioned a lot of jazz, R&B, you know, music that you do listen to. Now, with today's music also, what artists are you listening to the most?
I listen to a lot of Lettucey. I'm a leadhead, as they call her fans. I love Patti LaBelle. I love Prince. I'm consumed with Prince on my iTunes list. So I listen to a lot of gospel as well. One of my new favorites is Leandra Johnson, who won Sunday's Best last year. I've just been enjoying a lot of the new faces in music. Jasmine Sullivan, Chrisette Michelle. They bring a nice flavor to today's music, and as well as some underground people. You know, one of my instructors at Berklee is Danielle Scott, and she's really a versatile and very talented and gifted artist, and she has a genre she calls urban Motown. And so I spend some time listening to her playlist. And just stuff that we worked on together.
Oh, great. Now, who would you like to work with, past or present?
I worked with Patti LaBelle, not worked with her directly, but I went on a concert, went to a concert with some friends and family, and ended up singing on stage with her after she invited some of the audience up on the stage. And I sang with her. She called me a singing fool. And I'll never forget that. I was like 16 years old. So now I'm just like interested in reconnecting that relationship. I'd love to be able to sing with Lettucey, who I am deeply influenced with. I'd love to sing with a lot of neo-soul artists, Jill Scott, Layla Hathaway. Some lovely people that I just enjoy hearing, that I know would appreciate me, my style, and the standpoint in which I stand at as an artist. You know, that would appreciate me.
Great, great. Now, as you continue to grow in your field and you're putting yourself out there, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
In the next 5 years, I expect to be far along in my musical career. I expect to be expanded outside of Charlotte and I expect to be visiting back to New York to do some work as well. I expect to be international and national. You know, I would like to be on my second album by then.
I know that's
you know,
right.
and touring. But you know, this is the building block to that. So I'm taking the correct steps, and I'm on the journey to get to that space. I want everyone that possibly can to know who I am, to know my gift, and to know why I'm here. You know, it was my God-given purpose to change. There are people, and there's an audience waiting for me.
Absolutely.
Waiting for my message, and I believe that that is what I want to see, that audience meet me, so that I can communicate to their soul, as I call it.
Right, right. Now I know you, and I know you personally, and I know that you've come a long way to get to where you are, and I know that you have a great deal of faith. Yes. And spirituality. And just tell us about that. You know, just tell us about your journey, you know, with God, and how you feel that you are on the path that God is directing you to go.
Well, I am a person that has had a long lasting relationship with God. And I've also had a lot of triumphs, ups and downs, and many times where I was desperate. Many times where I felt lower than low. I suffered low self-esteem. As a teenager, I suffered suicide ideation, and actually the attempting of suicide at some points. And I was depressed for years. And it was because of my faith in the purpose that God placed on my life, to be able to come back and testify and tell the story of how I survived is why I'm here. I survived all of that to tell the story of how I got over and how I made it through. And it's by, of course, by no goodness of my own, because I couldn't bring myself out. So it's definitely because of the purpose that was in my future that God has kept me through my past and is keeping me in my present. So I'm in a very good space now. I have had 3 or 4 years of constant revelation and emotional growth and healing as an individual. And I think that people need to be more honest about those things, because that's why we have young people jumping off of bridges every day, lives being lost, and everybody's surprised. But there's nothing to be surprised about. That this is what happens when we don't open up our mouths and open up ourselves to share why we suffered, how we suffered, and how we got over, so that we can inspire and be an inspiration to someone else who's coming along the way. We don't live for ourselves. We live and we journey for the people that are coming behind us.
Absolutely.
And that's my whole motto. I'm not here for me. I was placed here on this earth to be used to touch people's lives.
Absolutely. And that's what a good point I want to bring out, you know, on this show, because, you know, what you're looking at is the beautiful package, and what people have to understand, that that package was created and it got some work involved, you know. But as an up-and-coming artist, you still want to pursue your dreams, and you still want to pursue your goals, regardless of the past experiences that you have, because that's what we learn from. We learn from our experiences. Now, let me ask you, where did you realize you had the gift of making music? In terms of, do you feel that you were placed on the planet to do this full-time as a musician, as an artist? Do you feel that this is your calling?
This is definitely my call. And I think that I realized it a few times in my life. I don't think it came one time. I think destiny comes knocking at your door. And my name is Destiny. So, but you know, as a young child, I always had the gift of entertainment. I was very energetic, always lively, and I brought a lot of joy to those around me. And as a teenager, I realized that I had the gift to inspire, that I had a lot of friends who would come to me for support, and I was always that person like that could lift people's spirits. I'm very silly, and the humor in who I am often lifts people's spirit without words. So I think that the ability to do this full time is a gift that's branded in many ways.